your public address announcer with the starting lineups. Hello and welcome to Hamilton Hill. We're here at East Hamilton High School, home of the Hurricanes. A great tilt tonight between the Howard Tigers and the Hamilton Hurricanes coming up on East Hamilton High School TV. Now with the starting lineups, public address announcer Garrett Bergner.
Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of high school athletics. Fans can help promote good sportsmanship by refraining from derogatory remarks or cheers directed at players, coaches, and officials. The TSSAA hopes you will enjoy this contest and support your athletes and your high school in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. And now introducing the starting lineups. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, wearing the crimson shorts, the crimson jerseys with gold numerals and trim. They are the Howard Lady Tigers. Number 3, Imari Owens. Number 4, Kennedy Holloway. Number 10, Jaslyn Lockhart. Number 14, Shania Schumich. And number 40, Cornelia Robinson. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, wearing all white. The white shorts, the white jerseys, the white numerals, trimmed in green. They are the East Hamilton Lady Hurricanes. Number 00, Michaela Maddox. Number 10, Alexis Price. Number 22, Noah Woodruff. Number 23, Ariana Calhoun. And number 32, Natalia Labou.
That's your starting lineups for tonight's game between the Howard Tigers and the East Hamilton High School Hurricanes. Both about to make their way onto the floor. Both have had decent seasons. The Tigers entering tonight 5-7 on the year, 0-2 in district play. The Hurricanes undefeated in district play, 8-1 this season at home. The Tigers are 2-4 on the road. To take the tip, it's Woodruff at the center of the floor for East Hamilton. Shoemake at the center of the floor for the Tigers. Howard coming off of a loss to Tyner on January 13th, 37-36. The Hurricanes coming off of a victory, 39-36 over Ooltewah's Owls. We're underway. The Tigers won the opening tip. These two programs have already seen each other once this season, about a month and a half ago now, December 12th. They were at Howard down in Chattanooga. The final score of that, 36-22, East Hamilton Hurricanes with the win. East Hamilton has been on a tear offensively through this latest stage of this season, 978 points total scored. They've been splashing at home, finding the twine. That's about 44.5 points per game. Hurricanes feed this to Labou. Here's the pull-up from the straightaway, and it's wide. Labou keeps it on the floor. In the corner, she's swatted at by Owens. Able to work this up to Maddox, who knifes her way down inside. Ball is taken by the Tigers initially. Woodruff gets the board. Blockered away. She feeds it to Labou, who's swatted down. And the Tigers can't keep this on the floor. East Hamilton gets the basketball back. Another possession Alexis Price shovels this to the far side. Hurricanes drive, and the floater off the side of the backboard. A second chance will go. It's 2-0 Hurricanes with 70 seconds gone in Ooltewah, Tennessee. The Tigers running the floor. Mari Owens gives this off to the far wing. Lockhart goes back to her. Tigers examining the pressure from the defense. Woodruff forces the Tigers to move this around. Maddox defensively, now nearly stolen by Price, and Howard is able to keep the ball. Working towards the arc, ball is dropped and picked up by Alexis Price. She'll run the floor for East Hamilton. Outlet pass down to the corner to Maddox, and as she takes a step, the whistle. Bench boss for East Hamilton High School, Eric Baird, has enjoyed success as of late, including that big win against the Owls of Ooltewah High School at home. Before a long break forced by the weather here in southeast Tennessee, we missed a whole week of school. Hamilton County schools sidelined by the icy conditions and cold weather. Tigers unable to fight through traffic. This is Woodruff with a steal. She goes off the glass, and the foul down low in the paint. Noah Woodruff has been great as of late as well for East Hamilton High School. Feels like she could do no wrong. In that game against the Owls last time out, she had 17 rebounds, 12 of them on the offensive end of the floor. Woodruff at the charity stripe for East Hamilton. They lead 2-0. First one rattles and won't go. 2 minutes and change already played in our first period from East Hamilton High School. The second goes. It's 3-0 Hurricanes. Prep basketball on East Hamilton TV tonight between the Owls and the Hurricanes. Long ball up the floor, and LeBeau lets this go. Pulling up as Robinson couldn't run it down for the Tigers. Howard School on a defensive shell. This is Price who floats it outside, and now the three by East Hamilton is short. LeBeau grabbed at it, couldn't get a hold of the ball. It will remain with the Hurricanes. 3-0 East Hamilton. They've played 2.5 minutes of our first period. Woodruff with a sidestep. She drives. Kicked near the corner, and from just inside the line, LeBeau can't get the deep two. Tussle for the basketball along the baseline, escapes the floor. East Hamilton will throw in again. This time it's Ariana Calhoun, a longtime contributor for the green and white. Floated back by the Canes to Alexis Price. 3-0, 3 minutes gone in the first from Ooltewah, Tennessee. Noah Woodruff. Defended by Robinson. She tries to take it inside, and a lot of contact. Cornelia Robinson makes the right decision, forcing her to go to the line and earn those points on this trip up the floor. A chance to pad the early lead of the Hurricanes. Woodruff can't convert her first at the line. East Hamilton averages about 30 points allowed per game, good for 651 allowed to opponents this season. So far, they've allowed nothing in the first 3 minutes. The Tigers have struggled to slow down opposing teams, and struggling early as the Hurricanes are on a 4-0 run, fueled entirely by Noah Woodruff. And the Hurricanes get the steal. This is Maddox dicing it up. She walks down inside, and the floater won't go as the Tigers get the board. Finessed up the floor. Robinson, one defender to beat, and she took an extra step as she gets the floater to go. Great move by Cornelia, but couldn't keep her body under control at the very end. That's certainly a look she'll want to try again. 3.5 minutes played in our first period. It's 4-0 East Hamilton. Down low, this is automatic off the glass for Maddox. Gorgeous bucket as it's 6-0 East Hamilton and a timeout on the floor. So far, it's all Canes on the run. We'll take a break with these two programs and be back with more prep basketball in just a moment on East Hamilton Hurricane TV. Welcome back to Ooltewah, Tennessee, where it's 6-0, a hot run to open tonight's game for the Hurricanes of East Hamilton. So far, it's been all Noah Woodruff and Michaela Maddox on the floor. The Tigers to snap that run. From the elbow, a big high shot, rattles off the glass. Robinson tries twice and gets it to go. That'll snap the 6-0 run of the Hurricanes and put the Tigers back in the game with 4 minutes to go in the first period. Hurricanes lead by 4 at East Hamilton High School, coming to you live from on top of the hill, East Hamilton High School TV. That's LeBeau at the center of the floor for East Hamilton, wearing number 32. She was on the left side of your screen. She's had a lot of success this season, including the game winner last time out for the Hurricanes in a 39-36 victory over the Owls of Ooltewah. Tigers will inbound. Mathis in some trouble, double teamed. Able to escape and somehow gets the ball across the floor, but it's lost. Price grabs at it. Finesse down to Shoemake. And now the call against the Tigers. Woodruff will inbound to Price as East Hamilton takes back over with the ball. They've got a 4-point lead, 3:40 to play in our first period from East Hamilton High School. Alexis Price looks both ways. On the corner, this is Calhoun who runs the spin move and it rattles out on her. LeBeau gets the steal. East Hamilton to Hilvers. She comes close side. Calhoun, backdoor to LeBeau, who knocks it down from close range. It's 8-2 East Hamilton. East Hamilton in the lead by 6. This entire period has basically been an 8-2 Hurricane run. They started off hot, scoring 6 unanswered points. Cornelia Robinson able to get the layup to cut into the run, but East Hamilton responds with 2 of their own. 3 minutes to go in the first. Tigers will inbound from the baseline. It's Lockhart. Holloway checks out of the game. A little bit of danger as this one is finessed away. Tigers will try again. Jaslyn Lockhart onto the floor for Howard. Back close side, the intercept by Woodruff. She escapes the defender and gets the layup. It's 10-2 East Hamilton High School. East Hamilton continuing their success this season. Tigers up the floor, the intercept made by Alexis Price. Price dicing it up on the straightaway. She'll take it inside herself and swat it at as the ball rolls over the baseline. 2.5 to play in our first period. That's Alexis Price wearing number 10, standing on the elbow. She's just been magnificent this year and a force to be reckoned with tonight. Kaylee driving, gives it off to LeBeau, who is wide open and can't knock it down from range. Woodruff gets the putback and the whistle sounds. Last time these two programs met was back in the middle of December. It was an East Hamilton victory. A 14-point win, 36-22 for the Hurricanes in that game. A chance at the old-fashioned three, and she can't convert. It remains a 10-point game. Just over 2 minutes left to play in our first period. Hurricanes floated this inside. Woodruff backdoor to LeBeau, who pulls off a shot. It's tipped up into the air, and this one escapes the floor of play as well. Tigers will inbound again. And the press is creating problems as Kaylee Hilvers gets a hand onto the basketball and it sails over the baseline. Howard changing things up just a little bit. Instead, Jaslyn Lockhart will inbound. Looking for Mathis, she goes the other way, and this one is sent into the bench of the Tigers. Howard onto the floor. Mathis will run things. Her pass is stolen by Kaylee Hilvers. Back door off the glass. This rattles out. A great take by Ivy Cooper-White. Howard from the baseline. They've been struggling to get it onto the floor. This is loose and rattles and rolls over the corner. 1 minute and 59 seconds to play in our first period in a 10-point game where it's 12-2 East Hamilton lead. A timeout on the floor, so we'll take a timeout as well and be back with more prep basketball in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out if the Tigers can get back into this one on East Hamilton Hurricane TV. Back in Ooltewah, Tennessee, where it's a 10-point game. 2 minutes to play in our first period. Both coaches imparting a little bit of wisdom to their rosters, trying to get things shapened up, get the ship righted. Eric Baird has to be very happy with his Hurricanes. We've only played 6 minutes. They lead by 10, 12-2. And if you look at their season scoring averages, they're besting that right now, on pace to score way more than 48 points tonight. Their average 44.5 per game. Kaylee Hilvers in some danger along the arc, gives it off. Defensively, well, it really feels like the Hurricanes haven't had to play defense. They've only given up one bucket. Cornelia Robinson able to get the layup a few minutes ago. That lone bucket coming right on the 4-minute mark. This year, East Hamilton's allowed 650 points. That's about 29.5 per game. Oh my goodness, what a steal. Michaela Maddox, you are clear to run up the tarmac. She gets the layup, and it's 14-2 East Hamilton High School. 70 seconds left to play in the first. What a play by Michaela Maddox. LeBeau wants to repeat that steal and score, instead taken back by the Tigers, and the nasty block by Noah Woodruff down inside. Noah Woodruff with authority puts that over the baseline. 55.5 to play in our first period in a 12-point game. Stolen again by the Hurricanes, and it's again Michaela Maddox. She has a convoy, 3-on-2. Backside to the corner. Kaylee Hilvers pulls up and can't knock it down. Woodruff fighting on the low block, gets it to go. It's 16-2, a 14-point lead for East Hamilton with 40 to play in the first period. What a first period of play for the Hurricanes. The Canes are back in a defensive shell. Ball lost by Tania Mathis, who picks it back up, and now stolen by Maddox again. 3 steals in a row for the Hurricanes and Michaela Maddox as she is toppled to the boards. Maddox has already got 4 steals tonight for East Hamilton High School. She's stuffing the stat sheet, 20 seconds to play in her first period. And the Hurricanes right now are running away with it. The Tigers have got to regather, regroup before the second period of play. LeBeau in the corner. 2 passes. This is a long one close side from the wing, a big high bounce, and it stays in play. LeBeau back to Kaylee, swatted away. Woodruff fighting down low, can't get it, and the Tigers get the board. Cornelia Robinson uses her length to keep this away from East Hamilton, and that'll do it for our first period of play. A 14-point lead for the Hurricanes, 16-2. Can the Tigers find a way to swing momentum back in their favor? We'll find out. Our second period and more on East Hamilton Hurricane TV coming right up. Back in Ooltewah, Tennessee, a 14-point game after our first quarter. All Hurricanes, they lead 16-2. Talk about a defensive effort. East Hamilton has shut down the Tigers through 8 minutes of play. We'll see how Howard responds if they can regroup and get something going into the halftime break. Alexis Price harassing initially. Holloway trying to get around the defender. Ball is loose. Taken away by Price. Up the floor, a long outlet pass, backdoor to LeBeau. She kicks it to the wing, and Maddox slows up the tempo. Sidesteps and fires, and this goes wide on her. East Hamilton keeps the basketball. The handoff, Price wanted to pull up. Inside, an entry pass flipped back up top, and now the mid-range is blocked. Hurricanes somehow keep it through all that, and Price from the wing for 3 is short. The putback by LeBeau is blocked by Cornelia Robinson. Cornelia Robinson, if there was one player that has been a bright spot tonight so far for the Tigers and has been electric all season, she's on the far right side of your screen, and you can tell she's got the length, the height down inside to make a difference. She's been great this year for the Tigers. Robinson brought the defensive pressure that forced the Canes to pass it away there. This is Woodruff fighting her way along the line. The handoff to Price. 60 seconds gone in our second quarter. It's still a 14-point game, 16-2 Canes. Price to Woodruff. She steps back for the J, and this one is off the mark for 19 points, and it's long. Canes keep it on the floor as Maddox tumbling and nearly rolling off of the hardwood. Last to touch it as it does escape. The Tigers will inbound from the baseline. 6:40 to go in our first half. 16-2 Hurricanes. The Tigers looking to get back into this. Blown tire initially. Owens scoops it back up. And now stolen away by Calhoun, but it's a jump ball. Ariana Calhoun has been a defensive nightmare for teams for so long. standing on top of the hill here in Ooltewah, Tennessee. Continues bringing the heat here tonight. 14 points separate these two. 16-2. Calhoun looking for the entry pass. Knifing her way inside. Wanted to do it all herself and has it stripped away. Pickpocketed by Holloway. The Tigers on the fast break, and the steal is returned in favor by Alexis Price. She poked it out, but as they're tied up, the Tigers will keep the basketball. And off the inbound, this won't go. Tigers fighting to maintain possession. They can't. Across the floor, Maddox to Calhoun. Calhoun, the floater off the glass. It goes, and the whistle. 18-2 East Hamilton, 6 minutes to play in the first half. A 16-point game from Hurricane Hill. Calhoun gets the old-fashioned three. 19-2. A 17-point lead for the Hurricanes, still in the first half of play. Tigers inbound, they'll run the floor. Amari Owens runs the stoppie and hands it off. All around, beyond the arc. Price bringing the heat. In some trouble, Owens dicing it up, trying to escape Alexis Price. She'll back up all the way into the front court near the scorer's table. The cross, basketball is lost. She sends it to the corner. Here's the three, and the Tigers can't knock it down. Robinson for the putback. She'll have a second chance with it as this one rattles home. She's got all 4 points tonight for the Howard Tigers. And that stops a period where the Hurricanes had scored 13 unanswered points. East Hamilton maintains possession, nearly taken back. And the three from the corner from Michaela Maddox. The money ball from downtown. East Hamilton leads 22-4 with 5 minutes to play in the first half. A defensive highlight reel tonight for the Hurricanes as the Tigers can't break open the seal there. Up the floor, Michaela Maddox running free, and it looks like she's running track on the 100-meter dash. She gets it to go for 24. Jaslyn Lockhart will inbound for the Tigers. 4.5 to go in the first half. Price with a steal from behind and the foul. What a great play by Alexis Price. That's exactly what you want to see out of a player of her caliber. Lurking, stalking. The Tigers aren't paying attention. She jumps the pass and picks up the foul. She'll get a chance at 2 more points on this trip up the floor to complement those of Michaela Maddox. Her first is off the mark. Price will get her second to go. 1 for 2 at the line on this trip. It's 25-4 East Hamilton. All Canes tonight on top of Hurricane Hill. Just over 4 minutes to play in our first half. The Tigers knifing her way down inside, and it's stolen by Michaela Maddox. Maddox, one player to beat, blows a tire and flips it outside as Calhoun will slow the pace. East Hamilton looking for an efficient possession. There's the entry pass to LeBou, who gets it to go with a little kiss off the glass. And we're so used to seeing that from LeBou. She is just unstoppable playing down inside. East Hamilton a chance at the old-fashioned three, powered by that great pass inside to LeBou, who went to work quickly. Their lead is 23 points with 4:11 to play in the first half. She gets the old-fashioned 3. Just in the second quarter alone, East Hamilton has scored an additional 9. Distributed to the far wing. Tigers going to work on offense. In some danger, harassed by Maddox, pickpocketed, ball's on the floor, and a jump ball. So the Canes of East Hamilton will take back over with the orange. One of the Tigers appears to be a bit shaken up. Hopefully she's all right. Never want to see that at any level, but obviously especially hate to see that with prep basketball. She makes her way off the floor under her own power, so hopefully Holloway is okay and we'll see more of her tonight. Cooper White for the inbound. Lee James will run the floor for the Hurricanes. Prep basketball on East Hamilton Hurricane TV. It's a 24-point game with 3:40 to play in the first half. East Hamilton shoveled to the wing. This is James for 3 and it's short. Boarded by the Tigers and kept away from Kaylee, but then the foul by LeBeau. A little too much contact for the liking of the official. Stripes on the close side, sounds the whistle. Tigers will work with the basketball. Tania Mathis. Robinson looking inside. On the top of the block, here's the move and can't get it off the glass as James comes up with the board. She's pickpocketed by Robinson who gets it to go at short range. 6 points tonight for the Tigers. 28-6 East Hamilton to the corner. Kaylee drives, wants it off the glass. LeBeau looking for a second chance bucket and the foul. That's a jump ball, down inside, called for. Just under 3 to play in our first half where it's 28-6. East Hamilton has jumped out to a large lead. In trouble. She'll pick up the foul and go to the line. James picks up the whistle. Amari Owens will take the trip to the charity stripe. A chance at some much-needed points for the Tigers. She'll get her first. A chance to cut it to a 20-point game. Second is off the mark. It remains a 21-point differential between the Tigers and the Hurricanes. East Hamilton finesses this outside. Hurricanes across the floor to Maddox. She's taking her time. Maddox drives, backdoor. Kaylee wants this from mid-range. It won't go. She boards her own miss and now fouled as she tries from down low. Shoemake sends the Hurricanes to the line, a chance to pad their lead. It remains 28-7 with 2:24 to play in our first half. It's a 22-point game in Ooltewah, Tennessee, 29-7. Here's the pull-up from the wing, and it's wide. I can't say I dislike the look. Come up the floor, let it fly. You're having trouble shaking defenders, you might as well run the fast break if you can. Doesn't pay off on that trip. 2 minutes left to play in our first half. Entry pass. Maddox is bulldozed on the mid-block as the whistle sounds. Howard's Tigers will run the floor. flipped to Robinson right in front of the Hurricane bench. Picked up by Kaylee, and Maddox has it stolen right out of her hands. There's the layup down inside by Tania Mathis. It makes it a 20-point game, 29-9. 90 seconds to play in our first half. Hurricanes get this to go. What a ball by Ivy Cooper-White. 32-9, East Hamilton. The Tigers in trouble. Near the timeline, got it away. Far side, it's Owens. Owens with a sidestep. Heavily defended by James. The drive as this is loose over the baseline. Noah Woodruff poked that out. Onto the floor, Amari Owens tries, and this one won't go. Turned back over to East Hamilton with 53.8 seconds left to play in our first half. Calhoun up the floor. Just inside the line, she'll get rid of it. Ivy walks this back up to the front court, all the way to the Hurricane logo. Woodruff driving along the block, and this is turned back over to the Tigers. 30 seconds to play in our first half from Ooltewah, Tennessee, and prep basketball between the East Hamilton High School Hurricanes and the Howard Hustle and Tigers. Amari Owens with a cross. She wants to go all the way, and it's stripped out by Cooper-White. Shots off the mark and boarded by Woodruff. Outlet pass, Kaylee up the floor. She goes inside into the paint, and it rattles around but won't drop on the layup. 10 seconds to play in the first half. 6 seconds now. The Tigers coming up the floor. Owens steps back from way beyond the arc, and she can't knock it down. 0.6 seconds on the clock for East Hamilton. Ivy onto the floor, and that will do it for our first half. All East Hamilton, all Hurricanes after one half of play, a big lead. Can the Tigers take advantage of whiteboard time during the halftime break and get back into this one? We'll find out. After one half of play, 32-9 East Hamilton. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more prep basketball in just a moment. Welcome back on top of Hurricane Hill, home of East Hamilton High School. All Hurricanes after one half of play. East Hamilton scored 16 points in the first quarter, 16 points in the second quarter for a dominating 32-9 lead at the halftime break. The Tigers have had some whiteboard time. We'll see what kind of strategy they come out with to open this second half. Working this around, Tigers on the wing. Holloway, down low to Robinson, and Cornea gets it to go. Hot start to this third quarter. The Tigers score first. East Hamilton can't keep it on the baseline. They turn it back over to Howard. East Hamilton at the halftime break on pace to score 64 points, 20 more than their season per game average. Price sidesteps the defender. Fed to Woodruff, who's double teamed, but it doesn't matter. She gets it down low in the paint. 34-11. Four points scored so far in the second half, 2 by either program. Maddox gets the steal, her 5th tonight. Down low, off the glass. This goes for Noah Woodruff. 36-11, East Hamilton. Zero ties, 0 lead changes. The Tigers need to get some momentum going quick as this one is slipping way out of reach. Owens across the wing, turning around. This is Holloway who gives it off. Owens takes it herself, knifing her way inside. A second chance. This won't go. Another chance for the bucket. Tigers sliding for the ball down in the paint, and they topple to the floor. East Hamilton takes over on possession. Price running the floor. She's double teamed. Outlet pass to Maddox. Wanted to pull up from the corner. Instead, it's Price who wants it from the elbow and can't knock it down. Boarded by the Howard Tigers. 2 minutes played already in our second half. From the straightaway, Howard goes wide. 36-11, East Hamilton. East Hamilton 15-7 overall this season, seeking their 16th win tonight. And they would rise to 3-0 in district play with it. Calhoun makes it 38-11 with that. Tigers up the floor, gathered by Lockhart, and this one rims out on Howard. A second chance, another chance at the bucket. This one loose on the edge of the block, and it goes. Howard gets one back. It's 38-13. We've nearly played 3 minutes of our third quarter. Howard looking much better coming out of the halftime break than they did after the opening tip. They still trail by a pretty large margin, 25 points. There's the three, it's off the mark. LeBou gets the board. Another chance from the opposite wing. It won't go either. Woodruff keeps it on the floor for East Hamilton. Noah Woodruff battling it out with Mathis. Maddox up to the straightaway. East Hamilton wide open on the close side, and it's short. Woodruff looking for the putback and gets it along with a whistle. A chance at the old-fashioned three as it's 40-13 East Hamilton Hurricanes. 4:40 to play in the third. Thanks for being with us in Ooltewah, Tennessee. It's East Hamilton Hurricane TV coming to you live from on top of Hurricane Hill. Great crew here tonight, all student broadcast. Scott Moore running the board. The inbound for the Tigers. Amari Owens ropes it down inside for Robinson. She keeps it on the floor, and off the regather this goes. Shania gets one down inside to make it 41-15. East Hamilton all alone. LeBeau with a little kiss off the glass. She's been electric this year for East Hamilton. And East Hamilton, the takeaway off of the inbound. The foul down inside on the paint. East Hamilton can do no wrong. Two players in a row making highlight plays, LeBeau and Woodruff. And they made highlight plays last time they came out on the hardwood. Hurricanes battled crosstown rival Ooltewah High School, and the Owls could not handle those two specifically. Noah Woodruff had 17 rebounds against Ooltewah. And LeBeau finished off the game with a game-winning bucket, 39-36 the final score in that one for East Hamilton. A big high bounce and a battle for the ball on the edge of the block. The Tigers' Owens picks it up. Howard up the floor. And Jocelyn Lockhart in some trouble. Howard will keep the ball. Mathis to inbound. She switched places. That's Lockhart who puts it onto the hardwood and right away sent back off. She'll try again. 4 minutes to play in our third. 44-14 East Hamilton. The Tigers. The double team, a lot of pressure, and this one turned over to a timeout as these two will take a break. So we'll take a break as well. 3:50 to play in our third. It's all East Hamilton Hurricanes. We'll see if the Tigers can put something together. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back on Hurricane Hill, it's prep basketball on East Hamilton Hurricane TV. Tigers shoveled towards the corner. She tries for the long two and can't get it, but the putback by Coronet Robinson goes. Great play by Cornea down inside, gets a hold of the orange, goes to work, puts it in, makes it 44-17. Michaela Maddox maintains possession. Eric Baird shouting out to his girls. Cornelia Robinson can't wait to see the final stat line for her. She led all scorers for Howard with 4 points in that first half. The Tigers only generated 9 points in the first two quarters of play. Looking a lot better with 8 already, and we're just over halfway through the third quarter. Amari Owens. The entry pass, and Cornelia can't get this one to go, looking for Twine. Woodruff wants to go the distance, floated outside, a battle for it. Calhoun is pickpocketed as this sails over the baseline. LeBeau leading all scorers for East Hamilton, finished the first half with 7 points. Noah Woodruff had 7 as well. Entry pass to Woodruff. Woodruff trying to fight around the block down inside and fouled. We've never been tied, no lead changes. East Hamilton a commanding lead from the get. They scored 16 points in their first quarter, 16 in the second. 2.5 to play in the third period. They've already scored 12. LeBeau hands it off. Maddox to the far side from the wing. Some danger. And Cornea forces LeBeau to take a step. The Hurricanes turn it over to Howard. Howard on a 2-game losing streak. The Hurricanes, things are looking up for East Hamilton. 3 wins in a row for the Canes. Owens, heavily defended by Price, escapes her. This is Calhoun taking over the duties defensively. Price from behind. Ball's loose in the whistle before East Hamilton can pick it up and get to work. It's Calhoun's first foul tonight. Mathis inbounding. Floated to the elbow. Entry pass to Cornea, who rattles it home. 44-19. That's exactly a 25-point game right now. Shoveled down to LeBeau, who can't knock it down. A long 2. The Tigers on their first run of the game. An 8-2 run in favor of Howard over the last couple of minutes. Here's one for 3, and it goes. Michaela Maddox stops on that run. It's now 47-19. East Hamilton with 90 seconds in the third. East Hamilton has already bested their per-game average of scoring of 44.5 points. Woodruff gets the steal. The stoppie off the glass, just disgusting as she rustles the twine. What a move to get the bucket for the Canes. And just like that, it's a 30-point game in Ooltewah, Tennessee. Trouble inside, and this is turned over by the Tigers back to East Hamilton. If we go into this fourth quarter and it's a 25-point lead or more for East Hamilton, we'll have a running clock between the Canes and the Tigers here on East Hamilton Hurricane TV. East Hamilton floats it up the hardwood. This is Calhoun who knifes her way inside, and it rattles home off the glass. 51-19. Howard's in trouble. Maddox strips it. Nearly taken up by Woodruff. Tigers get it back somehow. In traffic, Amari Owens can't escape the double team. Up the floor to Robinson. And from just inside the line, this goes on the long 2. She just palmed that. Forked it up and it went in. This is LeBeau off a long outlet pass. Her shot off the mark. Owens gets the board. 15 seconds to play in our third quarter. It's a 30-point game. 51-21. Tigers, entry pass, and Cornea can't get it, but she does get the whistle with just 2.5 seconds to play in our third. East Hamilton scored 16 points in the first quarter, 16 in the second. They have 19 points in this third quarter as the Tigers can't get their first at the line. Their season average is 44.5 points per game. At the end of the first half, they were on pace to best that by 20. Up the floor, and this one is loose as the clock sounds. We'll go to the fourth quarter, a 30-point lead, and a running clock coming up. It's East Hamilton Hurricane TV. Okay. Welcome back to East Hamilton High School. Taking a look at what's next for these two. For Howard, they're at Tyner Academy on the 27th. That's this coming Saturday. Then Bradley Central on the 30th, Tuesday. Finally, they'll host Van Buren County on the 1st. February 1st is a Thursday. For East Hamilton High School, first a makeup game on Thursday, this Thursday the 25th. Then they'll host Signal Mountain here at Hurricane Hill. And finally, CSAS. Eight minutes left to play between the Hurricanes and the Tigers. Well, I pulled that off of CoachT.com. And it's entirely wrong, actually. There's 3 games on the same day on that schedule, now that I'm looking at the dates. So don't go there then. Don't come here then, rather. Bradley Central on Thursday the 25th. And I would assume those other games probably aren't right based on that. It says there's 2 games on the 26th. Here's a pass up the floor, a big collision. Calhoun runs down Mathis, and the whistle. That rescheduled game at Bradley Central up there, Jim Smitty Gymnasium. Due to the weather, obviously, we had that big cancellation, a week-long delay for both school districts. On the straightaway, Robinson's going to let it fly. It's just short. 30-point game, 51-21, 1 minute gone in the final quarter. Backdoor, nice pass to Alexis Price, who gets it to go. What a great play by Noah Woodruff. Got a hold of the basketball, just dropped it right in her hand. She gets the easy bucket off the glass. 70 seconds gone in our last quarter. 53-21 Canes. Outside, Tigers on the straightaway. This for 3. Wide, and it sails over the baseline. Now our clock, I mentioned this at the end of the third, is going to continue to run. We've got a running clock because it's a 25-point game or more. Right now, 32 points separate these two programs. Woodruff running the floor. She's double-teamed. Goes to Price. Price lets it fly for 3, and it's just short as Robinson gets the board. East Hamilton tonight looks like they're going to wrap up and secure their 4th win in a row. This one a big high bounce and loose as Cornea Robinson can't keep it on the floor of play. East Hamilton up to Woodruff. LeBou's on the backside. She wants to go herself, and the rebound by Maddox. Michaela Maddox. Backdoor. LeBou off the glass. This goes easily. She's been so good this season. Since the break, she's been even better. A game winner last time out against the Owls of Ooltewah. Mathis rifles this up the floor and it escapes. And a wholesale change for the East Hamilton Hurricanes. 5 fresh sets of legs onto the floor. 1 change for the Tigers as Holloway checks in. Kirby Eller, Indania Adam, Kaylee Helvers, Ivy Cooper White, and Lee James all onto the floor for East Hamilton. Kaylee, the entry pass. Hurricanes want 3, and this is just short. Boarded by the Tigers. 4.5 to play on Hurricane Hill between the Tigers and the Hurricanes. Indania, that's the one throwing that down to the baseline, and the inbound coming from, I thought it was going to be Eller. Instead, Kaylee heads over to send this into play. The pull-up for 3, it's short. Boarded by the Tigers, Tania Mathis. She rockets a pass up the hardwood, finding it is Owens. Owens, the entry pass, and it sails on her as Eller gets the board. East Hamilton coming up the floor. It's Cooper White. Away from Robinson. James kicks this down inside. All the way to the back door, and it's easy for Kirby Eller. 58-21. East Hamilton Hurricanes lead. 3.5 left to play. Well, we'd love for you to stay with us. We'll have the boys' game next here on East Hamilton Hurricane TV. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Visit our page. Check out everything we've got going on here on top of Hurricane Hill. Student-led, student program. Love to see it. Lots of success here for the Canes at Hurricane TV. Dicing it up, James for the layup. This rims and goes. 58-23. 3 minutes left to play. East Hamilton Hurricanes for 61. A big high bounce, and it won't drop. Boarded by Tiana Robinson. Stolen back by East Hamilton quickly. It's Cooper White from the Hurricane logo. Her pass is tipped and escapes over the sideline. Amari Owens just couldn't gather it, working for the steal there. James has this swatted away by Tania Mathis. Onto the floor. Kaylee Hilvers to the corner. James wants three, and she gets the deep ball. Lee James knocks it down from range for East Hamilton. 61-23, 2 minutes left to play. The outlet pass doesn't pay off as the Tigers can't knock it down. James wants to go the distance, and she's grabbed at down along the edge of the block by Mathis. James will go to the line. 1:45 left on the clock in Ooltewah, Tennessee. East Hamilton has only scored 10 in this fourth quarter with a running clock. Their lowest production quarter. They scored 16 in the first, 16 in the second, 19 points in the third quarter. And the best we saw the Howard Tigers all night was in that third quarter. They wanted an 8-2 run at one point, but just couldn't keep it together as Howard is going to fall tonight in Ooltewah to East Hamilton High School. Tiana up the floor, hooking up with Tania. Backside in the corner, it sails over the baseline. Less than 1 to play between these two. We would love to have you with us for our second broadcast tonight as the boys' teams are going to battle it out next here on top of Hurricane Hill. Towards the corner, Eller, close side, into Nia in trouble and fouled on the edge of the post. Shoemake picks up her 5th foul as Nia Adams goes to the charity stripe. 47.5 left to play. The first one goes at the line for Adams. Adams to make it a 40-point game. She will. 63-23. 40 seconds left to play. The cross, and she knifes her way to the basket for the quick layup. A great look by Owens. East Hamilton with less than half a minute to play. Cooper White dishes this from the front court. That is a deep three, and it sails on Daniel. Tiana Robinson backside to Owens. Owens dicing it up. 10 seconds left to play. She takes it off the glass, and it's cleaned up by Robinson on the front side. 63-27, East Hamilton inbounds, and they'll just let the clock expire. What a performance by the Hurricanes of East Hamilton High School. 63-27, the final in this one, fueled by an immediate spark of offense. 32 points in the first half by East Hamilton, and their defense shut down from the get-go, only allowing 2 points in the first quarter of play. It was all Hurricanes. Thank you for tuning in tonight. A pleasure to bring you this one. It's a doubleheader, so feel free to join us again for Game 2. Just visit our YouTube channel, press subscribe, and we'll be live in a few moments. Again, the final score, 63-27, a Hurricane win on East Hamilton Hurricane TV.
All right, y'all, cameras are clear.